Bang, bang.
Bong bong.
Hello. Welcome. welcome one and all to the Bodycast. Yes, you're here. It's official. It's the official podcast for the subreddit r/rap battles. My name is Copacetic, and with me today, as always,
Pathogenic.
the GOAT, and special guest for you just this week, just one time, maybe more in the future. I don't know. Very special. The greatest battle rapper in the history of Cambridge.
Kick Nelly, man. Cambridge's favourite son, the UK's favourite son, and don't let this distract you from the fact that I beat Black T last year. Never forget. Hashtag.
Facts. That was a great battle. Future champ, future Don't Flop champ, future Premier Battles champ, right? This is the guy. So really pleased to have you here, to join our expert panel. So we got, Pathogenic, international superstar, award-winning international superstar, favorite son of Cambridge, and I'm particularly handsome. I think that's my.
And my name's Colt.
We'll see how that plays. Yes, r/rap battles is of course the largest online forum for the international culture of battle rap. You can find us on Reddit, Twitter, Instagram. I had a night last night, so we're just gonna let a lot of shit slide this week.
Tell me about it.
Facts. And the official Discord server in the links below. It's the only place for fans to go for battle rap news from around the globe. Oh, it's true. Wow. We were just talking about that. How, this show is like the hub. This show is the center of the universe as far as battle rap is concerned. We touch everything. We're talking about Ireland. We're talking about New Zealand. We're talking about all sorts of things. And today, specifically, we are going to be talking about the UK and a new league that just popped up. They're a new league, right? They're just
newish, yeah. It's their third or fourth event. They've only been around a year.
That's pretty new. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get deep into that because this is the high quality commentary that you come to expect from the experts on the Bodycast. Just the experience level that is just of the highest echelon that you can consume.
Disclaimer: high quality expert, loosely, real loosely.
Well, it's always
the best you can get.
And really the best in Cambridge. That's what I know. There's no question about that, unequivocally. So there's that. And the only way, Path, what would you say? Would you agree with me in this?
I would say that definitely the best in Cambridge, and when it comes to the fans, they know that because they're the best in their respective areas also.
True. That's true.
And success breeds success. So
real, recognize real. Yep. This is what I have been hearing.
And it doesn't get much more real than what we have going on right now.
We got a great show. And the only way to take this up to the next level, to really bring it together and bring the whole community in. Oh man, I can't express my excitement.
No, you can't. It seems like your excitement got stuck right at the end.
I'm so excited. It's something that I've been looking forward to for what seems like innumerable years.
I don't know what to tell you, bro. You're kind of losing it here.
Stop being so ambiguous, man.
in innumerable years, why don't we just raise a glass, each of us, and join us now for the community cheers? That counts. That counts.
Perfect.
Somebody's got to be on community cheers duty. Honestly, it's like seconds before we do it every week that we think about a rhyme for community cheers.
This was about as smooth as our fucking intro to the community cheers.
Was really, this one especially.
Ecstatic.
Excellent work, everybody. So yeah, so there it is, the intro to the show, and now 5 minutes in, we're actually going to talk about battle rap. But it's important that to get the context. So last night they had an event, the Trenches. They've only thrown a few events, but lots of good footage and lots of promising talent. Really cool and exciting to see the development of this league. What was the vibe like last night?
It was real good, man. Real good. High energy. A lot of people. I mean, I think there must have been about 80 to 100 people there.
Nice.
A lot of people that I haven't seen before. UK Battlerap is sort of a very core and cliquey group, but the Trenches seem to have branched out a bit to the they're sort of their own entity. Related to UKBR, but they're like that distant cousin. So there's a lot of new faces there, a lot of new people I hadn't seen before. So it was cool, man. It was good vibes, it was a nice venue. Enjoyable.
Geographically, is that the issue, is that it's actually covers a different area of the UK that isn't already covered by?
Not necessarily. They're a South London-based league.
Okay.
So, which, I mean, to me, London's London, but apparently there's a massive cultural divide between South London and North London, and then just London in general to the rest of it. So they've got a lot of their league, a lot of their sort of homegrown battlers. I mean, the owners, Messi and Amity, big up to them every time, are from South London. So they're sort of pushing that crop through. So a lot of people, a lot of their fan base and their battlers, and a good majority of the people there yesterday were from South London. So I think that might be it. Just hitting different subcultures, friendship groups, but geographically maybe not so much.
So they're in the same sort of area then as Trubs' plug events and No Loose Chat events. Is that sort of the same?
No Loose Chat. Well, Trubs' plug events. One's been in Camden and one's been in South London. But London's so big and vast, mate. No Loose Chat events usually happen in North London, to be fair. I think they've had a couple events in Brixton, which is just south of the river. But as far as I'm concerned, London's London, isn't it? It's a big city full of rude people and expensive fucking beer. I go there from time to time, but I am very happy to live in God's country.
Okay, fire. So you're saying there's room enough for multiple leagues to operate and not step on each other's toes?
Yeah, without a doubt, man.
Okay.
If anything, there's not enough leagues in this country. It's the opposite to America, where I find America is a bit too, diluted. Where I find over here you could do with more leagues, with their own crop talent, own unique style, own unique fans. It's something that I've tried to do with BA. So I'm glad that Trenches have come through, and I think it's something that's been needed in UK Battle Rap for a while now, and it's starting to pay dividends with the talent they're bringing through, and the event last night, it's proof in the pudding, so to say.
Really fire, really cool shit. I mean, you're seeing the cards, and like I said, you're seeing the clips from people. And for people who don't know, Kicknelly runs Beast Anglia, which is a great league in, let me guess, is it East Anglia?
Yes.
Around the area?
Yes. I don't know how you work that out, but it is.
Bro.
We do cover the East Anglia area.
This is an educational program.
Here on this show, we actually only present ourselves with the highest level of education and intellect when it comes to figuring stuff out. So
totally, you would never know that I didn't graduate high school. Oh shit, what's up? It's final word, all the way from Canada. What's up, G?
That looks like 3 words to me.
But yeah, so we will put the Beast Anglia is a great league. They just dropped a really fire battle too. That's up for Battle of the Week nomination. Gas Buff versus Lord Bentner. I don't know if he's going
Flo
by
Rogan.
that. Oh, he's going to do Flo Rogan. Okay.
Yeah, he's Flo Rogan. Lord Bentner, he's Flo Rogan. Whether he likes it or not, he is Flo Rogan. Ties him.
You hear that wild card? We make the decisions.
Yep.
That's right. So yeah, that's a great battle. Definitely check that out, and we will put that your league and the links in the description below. Because yeah, it's really interesting, especially when you think about what you just said. When Don't Flop sort of had their collapse, and then a bunch of leagues sprung up, you wondered, is this too much, or what the dynamic is? What's the right balance? But you think it's all good? You think thumbs up, great event, great promoters?
Yeah, like I said, great event, great promoters. Like I said, it's the thing is with Amity and Messi is they're looking at battle rap from a different perspective. Where a lot of Prems sort of owners originally came from Don't Flop, and No Loose Chat came from Gift of the Gab. They're very much they've got a unique view of how to present battle rap. Just from everything to the cameras, to the events they run, to the battlers they book, and it's just different seeing like a fresh take on it, and two people who have their own new ideas and aren't afraid to differentiate from what the norm is. Can
you give us an example? Like what are they doing that's different?
Well, for example, like if you watch their camera work's completely different. In the UK, everyone films with that, that Bagnall sort of style. You got the hard cam, and then you got 2 moving cam. The way they film their battles is different. You can watch. They did an event in London a few months ago, Amity against Enigma and Messi versus Moke, and the camera work's completely different. They have a rotational camera going, just stuff like that, little things, the way they promote events, they get guest hosts in who have nothing to do with battle rap, who are known for, hosted by Vic Santoro yesterday, who you won't know of, but he's a quite famous rapper I think he's from South London, forgive me if he's not, but and just the way they promote it, they promote it through more of the music side of things as well. They run pop-up events, that aren't necessarily in venues. They're just trying different things. They're not necessarily reinventing the wheel, but they're doing different instead of sticking to the tried and tested formula that has been done. Not saying that's a bad formula, but sometimes you want to add a bit of salt to the soup. God, I'm so fucking. You use other spices, just saying.
Man, I like my soup salty. I like with that. I like it salty too. But yeah, no, I mean, like when you're talking about having the different leagues, having a different approach with each league, a different flavor, that's huge. And you could even see it in the title match, or not title match, in the main event. Again, my brain. It's Moke versus Steams, from the States.
Yeah,
that's
Steams.
A big battle.
Yeah, it was a big battle, man. It was a good battle as well.
Sick.
Steams was comfortable. He was in the room. He didn't do the tip. I would say typical. It doesn't really happen anymore, but it's sort of like 5-10 years ago, you'd have an American come to the UK and it's Princess Di and force football ski. He didn't do that. He was very much himself. He didn't try to
pander.
I don't want to say insult the crowd, pander, or even insult the crowd's intelligence. He was very authentic, and it was Steams how we used to seeing him. Moke was very good as well. I personally gave the battle 2-1 to Moke. I gave him second and third. But it was a real good battle. Went for the right amount of time. The crowd, the fucking crowd were great. The energy throughout the night. But the crowd was into it. Both battlers were getting fucking props, and it was just a nice, good back and forth. I really enjoyed it. I mean, I can't give you a massive bar for bar. By this point, I was quite fucking drunk, but Moke had a brilliant second round. You know, his whole second round was essentially a scheme about New York rappers, New York albums, and you know, it just went perfectly for the right amount of time. He didn't stretch or reach too much. You know, the double entendres were clear, and you know, it was a good round. You know, steams as well, energy, you know, pacing, timing. Like Americans, I find, just seem to be so good at that. You know, just reading the room and timing it, and you know, the cadence and the build up to the crescendo, and then you drop the punch, and you know, just they make it look fucking effortless, and he made it look effortless last night, man. So yeah, real good battle.
Super dope.
Yeah.
Was there any other standouts that you recognize, like as, oh hey, this guy's? I mean, I know that we're keeping an eye on A. Petrelli as a sort of like up and comer. And he battled that night. Yeah. Yeah,
A. Petrelli battled. He battled a guy called Big Motherfucker Owls. Who...
Yo, it said BMF, and I was like, does that in Canada BMF means big motherfucker?
Yeah, he is a big motherfucker. He's got to be 6'3" and about $2. Like,
oh shit,
he is a big motherfucker. I gave that 3-0 to A. Petrelli. A. Petrelli's quite good. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh shit.
I think he's not the finished article, but I think this is like his fourth battle. He's 19 years old. He's very much in the same vein as sort of Kingsley Thunder and Whispers, where he's their guy, and the people going there, they want to see him win, and he's aware of that. So he, you know, he's essentially the hero, the protagonist of that league almost, and you know, he plays into it well. He's got really good timing. He did a fake choke thing that, you know, I'm over fake chokes. You know, I've seen fucking so many, but you know,
but they hit.
He moved fucking 80 people. You know,
yeah.
I'm a bit cynical like that, but it worked. And you know, for newer fans who haven't seen battle rap before, I get it, and it landed. And to be as far as fake chokes go, it was one of the better ones, to be fair. But
nice, that's dope.
But he was good, man. He was good. BMFL's not so much. You know, there's potential there, but you know, he needs a lot more work. But once again, he's fairly new as well. I think this is only his third or fourth battle. So yeah, good battle. A. Petrelli definitely one to watch. You know, in fact, he's somebody that I'm interested in maybe, you know, going 3 rounds with later this year. You know, at the moment, I've got other shit, but you know, he's definitely someone that who's on my radar.
It's dope how well connected you are. Like, I really like that about you in particular. In you know, the brief time that I've known you, it feels like you're really tapped into the culture, not just all over the UK, but tapped in.
To be honest with you, man, I know fuck all. You know, for what I know, there's loads to learn. You know, I do try, and I appreciate that.
That's fair. That's a good attitude. Anybody else stand out for you? What was some highlights of the night?
Messi 13. I'll be honest, I'll be real. Like, I rate Messi, he's my boy, but last year was not his year. I mean, he fucking chokes and just poor performances, and just, yeah, it was not a good fucking year. And last night felt like a return to form for him. He had Villain. Once again, there was a big South London contingent in the room, and Messi knew that, played into it, worked. I mean, his material for Villain is, you know, some might call it a bit fucking crass, but battle rap, to be honest. You know, I don't think he crossed any lines. Some people might think that, but, you know, it was a good return to form to him. You know, he was on point, sharp, you know, hit home the bars performance. And this is, you know, the Messi of old who people know and rate and love, you know, not the excuse for a battler that turned up against Black T Moke and A. Petrelli. You know, it returned to form.
Right.
Villain was hot and cold. You know, I think he had prep issues because he pretty much choked his second. But when he did get stuff out, it was good, but it didn't necessarily feel like, You know when someone's spitting their bars and they're spitting them, just they're reciting them. They're not, you know, they're not rapping them. You can tell they don't believe them. The material was good, but just I don't know, like I don't know what happened there, which is a shame, really. Yeah, had Villain, you know, come with the material he had and not fucked his second up, I think that could have been a real, you know, probably battle of the night, other than Steams and Moke.
Right. Mm. It's too bad. It's interesting seeing Villain's return because he this is his, I want to say, second battle back.
Yeah, it's his second. He had a battle against Black T, which,
right,
you know, it was a fucking immaculate performance, you know, from both of them. You know, really good battle, you know.
But you could also sense that. You know, when I was watching, I felt like Villain, like it even versus Black T, he was stumbling a bit. He was struggling to find his. Am I misremembering that?
No, I don't think so.
That's what I recall. No.
Like a good battle for sure, but I just.
He does have prep issues. Like, I think before that, his last battle was against Oops, and yeah, that was hard to watch. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah. But when he does get it out, he's good.
Shout out to
Fair enough. For real.
Yeah. Better to see what he does for Div 2.
Yeah, for real. That's really what it comes down to. Is you put a judge in front of it and be
like, but if he turns up like that, then it's going to be a bit more beneficial for Riot Club.
You're on a team? Which team are you on?
Riot Club.
You're on the Riot Club.
Yeah, man.
We're gonna know all this shit soon. But who's running Riot Club?
Sam Hypes?
Sam Hypes, yep. Batman himself.
Is that the one with the cool graffiti cans?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, something. I think it's something like that.
Yeah, it's pretty gnarly. The team jerseys just dropped. So anyone who's wanting to support their team on Prem.
Bro, did you see those jerseys? I cannot.
Yeah, buy ours.
They all look good except the Mandrill Mob one. I just don't fuck with it. The camo, the purple camo. I was like, oh, that's the only one I want.
I like it. It looks like Dipset have teamed up with ISIS.
That's hilarious.
That's fire.
My Shark City jersey's on the way.
Oh yeah, hey? Shark City, hey? Fucking traitor. Fucking switching sides.
I never switched sides.
You were Mandrill.
I supported the whole time.
Sharks, blah. You just want to be the Sharks Souls, all the fucking cool kids at the cool kids table. I want to be at the fucking bad kids table. Mandrill Mob is like.
That's because you don't know what it's like to sit at either the cool table or the bad kids table, because I bet you were a good kid in school.
I was at the nerd table, and they don't have a team for that in Premier. Who's...
Oh, they do. They're called Venice.
Shout out to Stro and Gas Buff.
Facts.
And previously Reverse.
Reverse.
Well, Savant's on there too. I guess that explains that.
Savant's dope. Okay, cool. Lazy. Yeah, that's my team. I fuck with it. Yeah, okay, cool. You got Savant and Gas Buff on a team? That's my team. Let's go. No casts. Crazy shit. What else? What else are we talking about here? Like, I mean, there was the. Is there anything else from the event that you think was worth mentioning?
What was worth? Yeah, I mean, Caveman battled a guy called Rick. I can't pronounce his fucking name.
Oh damn! Because I was hoping that you would come on here and tell.
I'm gonna call him Reese.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't fucking Rex, Reese, yeah, RSS. Yeah, no,
That's kinda
he's one to look out for as well. He's got a lot of potential. He's got a lot of potential. He beat Caveman. I only caught the last 2 rounds because the trains in this country are all over the fucking place at the moment. But that's what happens when you don't pay workers a fucking respectable wage. So yeah, I caught the last 2 rounds. Another guy who had the home field advantage and used it well, put Caveman out of his element, who's usually very confident, but made him look out of his depth. So yeah, like I said, another battle, man. So yeah, all in all, very good event. And a timely event as well. I cannot emphasize this enough. Leagues, if you are watching, I do not want to spend 7 hours at every fucking event. This league had 5 battles that took place within a 2.5 hour time frame.
That's crazy.
Oh my God. You really are different.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man.
I kept telling you, Cope, it's different over there.
I feel like that defies the laws of physics.
That doesn't
I left
leave
the
enough
venue with
time to
no
solve for it.
palaces.
Are you smoking inside the club? Is that how you do it? I know how you're doing it. Cheating.
No, they did
no
have
alcohol.
smoke breaks, but there was a lot of alcohol. Believe me, well, in my case, there was.
Sounds like a successful event, though,
Nah,
which is good to see.
Yeah, successful event, and the trenches will be back. I look forward to seeing what happens with them, and I will definitely be on a trenches card in the future myself. So, yeah.
Very fire. Definitely, we are going to have we're gonna have the links for the trenches, social media, all that shit. There's YouTube, everything is gonna be in the description below, probably. I mean, if I remember, remind me. But no, I'll put it in there. And yeah, and then of course, what else happened this weekend was the Academy qualifiers. Is that what we're calling it? In Ireland?
No, I won't this weekend.
That's not qualifiers. Is not the right word. That wasn't this weekend.
No,
that's in a couple of weeks' time. That's in Ireland.
You get your dates mixed up.
I got a little mixed up.
What did happen was the first announcement for Ireland's ignition card.
Right. Red Wolf versus Jester Black. Oh, yeah. I know some shit. Yes.
Yes. Which I think is a Div 2 matchup.
So this is going to count
Div 2, man.
Yeah. The points and Premier's league stuff.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So it's Jester Black from Riot Club against Red Wolf from Look at Us, We Want to Be a Boy Band / Hill Wrestling Faction.
That feels like a long name for our club. But, maybe they can just abbreviate it.
He is a very quirky individual, He beats to his own drum.
That he does.
Pause. So
I guess another announcement that we could talk about. So match day 1, which is supposed to be happening next weekend, Visual versus Quill moved to the Plug 3. So
yeah, it's been moved.
Got moved to the next one. So the Plug 3 sold out. Shoddy versus Shuffle T, and now we're gonna add Quill and Visual to that as well. So it's gonna be Bizzo and Unanimous really carrying the weight for that one for next week.
I don't know. I won't have you besmirch the good name of Gas Time.
Shouts out to Gas Time. Shouts out to Hylas. This kick rate Red Wolf's self-awareness out of 10. Would that make him a self-aware wolf? I'm just gonna.
Yeah. I just don't think you get his nuance.
Yeah, I removed him from the stream there so that he's not a part of this anymore. Because a joke like that does not deserve to have you be on the stream any longer.
One joke. I get one bad joke per episode.
Ironically, why is Hylas talking about self-awareness?
How's our biggest fan? It's our most consistent viewer.
That's not an accolade.
So real. We're yeah.
Big up
thanks.
Hylas, man. But he with some shit.
So great announcements happening. Battles being arranged, points tabulated, scores tallied. I assume teams relegated. But yeah, the season she's a starting, and
kicks off next week.
We're gonna get into it, boy howdy. But yeah, next week is a special show, which we'll get to later. But yeah, this week, I mean, that feels like UK encapsulated, wrapped up in a nice, neat little ball. I know that Trubs is doing their top 10 right now with London Gen and Waxamillion on their channel. Go check out Wiretap. So they're doing a top 10 for the UK right now, which is really cool. And then we will have our own top 10 in the UK. And a separate top 10 for the Irish battlers, because the UK and Ireland are different countries. And if Scotland gets their shit together...
Is there even 10 Irish battlers?
It's been a challenge.
It's been a tough one, that list.
Yeah, not going to lie. It's been a challenge. I think there's 13, so it's really just about alienating 3 battlers in Ireland.
No comment.
Anyways, let's take it across the sea. Let's take it across the big old sea, that big Atlantic Sea.
The one large sea.
And talk about this real shit that's happening right now. Biggest event in the history of Battlerap.
French scene.
Say what?
I said, meanwhile, in the French scene.
The French sea.
Oh, wrong sea. Oh shit, that way we're going. Yeah, shit.
Yeah, it's a different sea. Gotta watch your seas. This show is all about accurate geography. Facts. Pat Stay memorial event, Stay Forever. Announcement number 2, King of the Dot just dropped. It was Sharon versus Hollow to Dawn.
Holy shit.
I didn't see that coming.
Absolutely insane.
Yeah, it's quite a match. I think a lot of people were expecting Sharon versus Disaster. I think a lot of people wanted that.
Well,
yeah, I think that I'm sure that Diz wanted that too. I think his knee injury just happened at such an inopportune time, and he's just not in the right place to be able to make that happen. I think to the extent that he would want it to. So that's probably why it didn't go down that way. But Hollow versus Sharon? Are you kidding me? That's like the best number 2 option for what you could possibly be getting. So
totally, yeah. How do you see it? Like, I mean, Hollow's kind of coming back from his retirement or whatever, and he's had some warm-up battles. But Sharon's been cooking. Sharon's been one of the best battlers in Canada for the last few years, and it doesn't seem like he's stopping or slowing.
I think that we're going to see a very special Hollow for this battle because of his friendship with Pat. I mean, he even in his last URL battle wore a suit very similar, to honor him in that regard. And I think that, we're talking about Hollow's first time in Canada, first time in Toronto battling.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah, because I saw that Gannick was saying he had to work really hard to get the pardon for him to be able to come up to Canada. And I think, is this not Hollow's first time battling on King of the Dot since the surprise 1-rounder with Disaster?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I think that this is one of those perfect melting pot battles where you're getting the hometown kid Sharon, who everyone wanted to be on the card based on everything, and then also Hollow really wanting to be on this card, and it's just a perfect matchup. I expect to see some crazy rebuttals. That's I think a lot of people are looking forward to that.
Yeah, the live shit is gonna be wild, and you're right. It has changed the dynamic of what you can expect for these battles when you consider the emotional weight behind the people who are signing up for them. Yeah, Hollow's not gonna like phone this one in. This is gonna be nobody is. I don't expect anybody to be really going light, but yeah, freestyles to the roof, and you know like Hollow has a good match in Sharon. It's very very dangerous. And Sharon battles a like a Mount Rushmore guy. Depending on who you talk to, Hollow's up there. So
he's up there.
Really excited for real. Really excited to see how they follow the rest of this up. I think there's I mean, I don't know. I'm not gonna say anything, but there's some shit. I'm really excited to see everybody else learn about it.
Good God. Oh my goodness.
I actually don't know anything. I don't know shit. You know I don't know shit.
Don't play.
I'm pretending to know shit. When Joey was on last week and he was like, "Oh man, where do you see this card?" I was thinking to myself, I know one of the matches. I don't know shit. Don't tell me anything, which is cool. Because I don't want the pressure of knowing. So yeah, really excited. I know it's going to be crazy. We got 2 full days of battles. It feels like everybody I talk to is coming out. Like we were at the event last night, which we'll get into, and DDSS was there. It's so great to see him. And it's just like for somebody who's such an important part of the scene here in Vancouver for so long, for him to still come out to the events and you know enjoy himself. And he's going like this guy who hasn't battled in fucking years. Half a decade at least, maybe not that long, but he's going to be out there, and he's like, you know, you think anybody will remember me? Do you think they'll recognize me? It's like, bro, you're the fucking GZ champ. You know, you wonder how many people are like that, have that connection to King of the Dot, that are just going to make that extra effort because it's so special, such a special event. It's gonna be fucking wild.
It really is. I mean, we're talking about over 500 tickets sold already.
It's sold out. Hey, is that what I heard?
I know that the VIP, like the on-stage tickets, they're sold out, and I know that the close stage tickets are all sold out. And I can't remember. I think my brother sent me a message yesterday saying, "Hey, you make sure you got tickets because I heard that they're sold out." So it could be fully sold out.
Yeah, I think that's what I heard last night. Is that Organic was posting that?
Isn't one of the venues is a 700 capacity? I saw it mentioned.
You cut out a little bit there.
Different venues. I said, isn't it 700? I know one of the venues is a 700 capacity. Is it not?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that day one is 700 plus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Adelaide Hall is a little bit smaller, but I think that they have a maximum they're allowed to sell anyways, and they might have hit that. But I'm very poorly informed. But yeah, it's going to be crazy. We're going to be there and taking video, whatever, doing content things. I don't know. Anyways.
We'll figure it out.
That said, amazing event last night. Speaking of Canadian battle rap, 2 of the best in Canada went head-to-head last night. Ellipsis versus Joey Gambello. I was there directly behind Ellipsis. So I kind of saw it. It's kind of hard not to see it. But really, what a fun event from start to finish. Just like briefly, you know, there's this guy who's sort of been a fan, who's been showing up to events lately, and he's kind of wild, kind of crazy. His name's Dan. And he's like 50 plus. And he's a wild card. And he's had his first battle last night. And you have no idea what to expect from this guy. But like, it's a debut. So everybody's getting kid gloves. And everybody's very supportive. And he comes out and, oh my God, if he doesn't shut shit down, that is the best debut I have ever seen. This 51-year-old guy with a big fucking gold chain and like the fucking, you know, Run DMC Adidas like tracksuit thing going on, and he was like barring out. He had jokes, he had antics, he had props. He brought out a fucking camping tent, and he brought out a camping tent, and he started to battle the guy inside the tent, and he finished it. He was like, "That's too intense."
Oh, good lord!
I was like,
how big is this tent?
It was a personal size tent. Like, he unfolded it out of his pocket. It was really impressive.
Literally erect there and then.
Yeah.
How long did that take?
It took like a good 3 or 4 minutes of everybody wondering what the fuck is going on, but that's only builds the suspense and builds for the punchline. It's fucking great. So I'm obviously a huge fan, and I'll battle him at the next opportunity for free. So that's how that works. But his opponent, I feel really bad for the guy. It's his first time, obviously, and he was a debut that you expect a guy maybe doesn't watch battle rap all the time. Maybe he was very quiet and he was saying stuff that he thought was like really mean. There's not a whole lot of punchlines, and the rhyming is really simple. But man, everybody's got to start somewhere. And just he's gonna get a lot of views on that battle. Holy shit! So good luck to him. I hope he comes back. Other battles, Redshirt Mike, the owner of the league, he battled Kid Savage, who is a league owner of Big Valley Battles in Kelowna for a period of time, and jumped back in the ring. He's been in retirement for a long time. I think he moved out to Toronto, so he came out here, all the way out here to battle, and that was a really good battle. It was really great to see Mike get an opportunity to battle. He's a promoter. He's been pushing other people for so long. It's nice to, for him to get that space to be creative and have fun. And he's great. He's a great performer.
It was a happy
camper.
Facts. He was.
Well done, Kick.
And Kid Savage did really well too. I thought it was the best Kid Savage I've ever seen. He was breaking it down, real talk shit. And then, okay, so the main events. Let's talk about it. The main events are G-Show versus Chronic Walters, which is like best of BC currently match. Mike Wild versus Pepe, which is the return of Mike Wild versus Pepe, one of the best in Canada right now. And then the top two guys in Canada, Joey Gambello and Ellipsis. And then the Sharonan franchise for sure. But they're all top 5 guys. So, yeah, what to say? Mike Wild versus Pepe was great. Pepe took him a little bit to warm up. I felt like that first round it was kind of quiet and kind of light. Like he's yelling, but it's like whispering at the same time. It's like yelling but quiet. And it took a while for the crowd, I think, and him to really him to find his groove and his energy, and then he's got the crowd responding, and he's got his bars are hitting, and he's building momentum. So second and third were a lot better. But Mike Wild, I thought, was really strong at the gate. He had a couple crazy haymakers, and his performance is so much bigger. He's really strong performer. He's very loud, and you just can't underrate that. That's having that presence be bigger is a way to beat your opponent if you're not outwriting him. But regardless, great battle, great back and forth, possibly debatable. So no definitive conclusion on who's better, Vancouver or Toronto. No definitive conclusion. Chronic Walters versus G-Show was great. Chronic Walters, he's rapping, he's joking, he's angling, he's punching. I'm really proud of him and his development. I feel like he's really well-rounded now. He can be louder. He could be louder. I still feel like once he gets to that, really fucking barking on people. He's doing everything but bark on him. He's doing everything except really fucking yell at him. Spittle flying, eardrums popping, bark on someone someday. And you don't need to do that. Not everybody needs to do that. That's right. But G-Show, great stuff. He's obviously was going through some medical stuff last year, and he's still recovering from that. So you can sort of tell but his writing is flawless. He punches so well, so effortlessly, and jokes, and he's got great timing. You know, like Kik, you were saying, Steams. He just sort of has a feel for what's going to work, and it just seems really natural. That's G-Show. That's like a G-Show. And then in his third round, he broke down basically some of the stuff that happened to him last year with his medical issues, and it was sort of like a real talk third, and he did it really expertly. I felt like he navigated it, just brought people along with the story of what's happening, threw some bars in there, kept people engaged, but it wasn't bar heavy. It wasn't taking away from it. It was really meaningful. He talked about some of the deaths that he's had from fentanyl and in the community the last year. And honestly, I was like, I'm just thinking about it now. I'm getting emotional. He had this great closer too. It was so funny. You build up all this like emotional energy, and then you hit a punchline that's like a joke too, and it just brought the house down. Everybody was just reacting like crazy. It was such a special moment, and just fucking like the epitome of battle rap. It's communicating this human experience like that. It's just, I got fucked up.
Yeah, Cope had a little bit too much to drink. He had a whopping 3 beers.
Ooh, at that point, I was only 2 deep, but it was a lot. It was a lot. I'm gonna do great in England. Yeah.
Our beer is a lot stronger, man. Just no.
What do you mean stronger? How can beer can be stronger?
Correct. Yes.
Our alcohol volume is higher, a lot higher, right? Which I'm sure Path can attest to.
Correct. Yes.
Oh, okay. So I might only need half a beer.
Half to one.
Yeah.
Half to one. Sick. I'm a cheap date. What's up, Grazza? Grazza. Yeah. So great battle. That's probably battle of the night for me. I loved it. Chronic Walters was so great, and he had a lot of fucking anti-Pokemon shit, and G-Show had a lot of you fucking talk about weed all the time.
Yeah.
It was really great. Yeah. Is Pat, you ended up watching this on the stream, yeah?
I watched. The only thing I caught was G-Show's third.
Yeah.
Which was perfect timing.
Yeah, I was really fucked up. Fucked up. Like they couldn't start the battles because I was just like, I love him so much. And then we saw the main event, Ellipsis versus Joey Gambello, and there's a lot of hype coming in. I mean, there was a lot of people talking about it. Frankie was tweeting about it. Real deal. Lots of people were like, want to see this battle. People who know what's up. People in the culture who are like, listen, these guys. Joey's one of the best performers in Canada, if not the best. And Ellipsis is one of the best writers, if not the best. And I'm sure that they both think that they do both of those things at the top level, as you do. But it was really a clash of styles. I think Ellipsis probably went a little heavier with the jokes than he normally does. He's got a great roasting ability. He's a funny guy.
He does, yeah.
And so he just went in on angles and jokes and picking apart Joey for that stuff, which is great. And Joey was spazzing. Joey just had great lines and great control, performance. It was really locked in. So I think it's a preference thing. I think it'll probably look different on camera than it did right there in the heat of the moment. But yeah, man, I just super impressed. Those last 3 battles are some of the best in Canada, and I feel very strongly about having them represent us. That's a good representation. Some fucking talented motherfuckers.
That's fabulous. It's great for BC to have an event like that, right? Where you could say 3 of those could be battle of the night.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
yeah, especially from where we were coming from, right? We're at a point now where we need to have really great battles, really great events, and start bringing more people in, sold out events, bring in more fans, create more, debuts, and build up, back to the point where we were before when we had KOTD events here. So
Are you saying that the Jackie R era is over?
Break my heart again. Listen, I can only cry so much in 24 hours. So hopefully Jackie R is not retired, or it's only his first retirement. But
the next headline that will definitely sell out is Jackie R and Funeral Nick.
Yeah, Funeral Nick wants to come back, apparently.
Don't fuck with me.
But he's asking for a bag and Iron Solomon. So.
Oh, okay. So it'll be a couple of them.
Yeah, I might fly him over. I can give him a bag and Benny Bizzle.
Funeral Nick's the
I love how you know that is.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, so man, a great week of battle rap stuff happened all over the world. There was a Battle of the Week competition. I don't know. You vote, you go on the subreddit, and you can see the Battle of the Week. We've changed it. I'm changing it from Sunday to Sunday to Saturday to Saturday because fucking everybody's dropping their battles on Sunday for some reason now.
So it doesn't give us any time to really go through. And
exactly. Wake up Sunday morning, like, did you watch these 7 battles? Fucking. Anywho, we're doing it Saturday to Saturday from now on. So all these battles that just dropped, we don't have to watch them until later. That said, the battles that did drop this week: Bill Collector versus Little Slap, E Ness versus Gwitty from RBE, Kaboom is back. If you remember Kaboom from Liberty Bell, crack Liberty Bell League. Am I
back?
Oh, do we know anything? Okay. Kaboom versus K Walker from TBA. I don't know what that league is. The Battle Academy. Cortez versus Gwitty. Gwitty had 2 battles drop. Very fire. Rel versus Rio dropped on No Coast. Check them out. Emerson Kennedy versus Emperor T from the VLMG League. I don't know that league. It's somewhere in the States. And Gaddafi versus King Zami dropped from Word on the Streets from Nigeria. Definitely check that shit out. Because Gaddafi is a fucking murderer.
That works in 2 different ways.
I know, right? As soon as I said it, yo, Gaddafi will fucking murder you. Okay? Gaddafi has no problem killing people. Gaddafi's been fucking catching bodies in Africa.
All right. So, who is Battle of the Week? Let's get you past that topic.
I have a thing. For me, it was Gas Buff and Flo Rogan, which will change that, amend that. Just because I love that battle. There was so much about it to love that I thought, Lord Bentner or Flo Rogan, I hadn't seen a whole lot of him. I'd seen him before, but I hadn't seen a whole lot of him. Thought that was his best shit for sure. He had a bunch of quotables in there, a bunch of really. We say he said the "I'll dead your name" like Ellen Page. I was like, "Ooh, has somebody never said that before?" Because that's a good one.
Yeah,
that's very fire. And then
quite a few.
Say what?
Yeah, quite a few. He had he rhymed Ellen Page with defenestrate. Which actually worked on top of a fucking parking lot, just it's a really good performance with him, man.
Yeah, totally.
Gas Buff
and Gas
Vision 3.
He's doing things where like little things in between the punchlines that I really like. He had this like M&A scheme or something like that. And then he was like, "Life gave you a bunch of lemons, Steve. Where's our fucking lemonade?" I was like, yo, how do you think of that? That's so fucking, I don't know, left field. And yet it works, It's not really even a bar. It's just like aggressive battling. I don't know how to describe it. Anyways, I think he's special for real. You were there. What did you think?
I thought it was a great battle, man. Like, real good back and forth. I loved the style clash. I loved you know, Flo Rogan, who has come on leaps and bounds in his past couple battles. I loved how aggressive he was. I loved that he was punching every other bar, which he didn't usually do. You know, he usually sacrificed that for structure, but he's now found the balance. Both rounds were material catered to opponents, which I find with a lot of contemporary battle rap, people just love to spit non-sequitorial similes and schemes that, you know, could be said for anything. You know, it was free tailored rounds, gas bus angles, and comedic approach were great. Neither of them were thrown off by the fact that we were on a fucking car park in the middle of Cambridge on a fucking freezing ass day. And
what happened with that event? Yeah, facts.
Yeah, whenever Carlton Shanks is there, it's a good day. But what happened with the event? Essentially, I got an email from the venue on the Monday saying that the current leaseholder had gone bust, or he was losing money, and, you know, the ownership was changing, and that my event was scheduled to run, but the new owners didn't want to run it, or something like that, on the fucking Monday. You know, so there wasn't a lot I can do. I'm not Premier Battles, you know, it's just me. I'm not in a major city, and I don't have links or years of experience or relationships with other venues where I could just find something like that. So I basically said we're going to delay the event. Flo Rogan and Gas Buff they were essentially the only people who had non-refundable deposits. So we thought we'd put it on, we'd do something a bit different. And that's basically how the battle came about. And, you know, we were given lemons and we made lemonade.
That's how you do. And Carlton Shanks is there as the special host.
Carlton didn't even realise that the event was cancelled. Rings me up. I'm in Cambridge. When's the event happening?
Awesome. That's fucking dope.
Big up Carlton Shanks, man. If you ain't seen any Carlton Shanks, you need to watch some Carlton Shanks. He's an underrated battler.
Facts. Friend of the show, Carlton Shanks. Let's go. Great. So great battles. Like, look forward to the next announcement from Beast Anglia for sure. And hope that you get a new venue and sort that out.
Yeah. Quote Jay Diller, I'm working on it.
Fair income. And Battle of the Week, BattleBot is still down for maintenance this week, but should be back next week with a full diagnostic on the schematic of the interlock.
We can stop beating around the bush here, Cope. Just tell everyone that I got real upset with BattleBot. And I fucking took the bricks to him.
Took the bricks to him. You know what's dope is Joey Gambello had this whole bit about Ellipsis being the BattleBot. And I thought, nope. But, you know, BattleBot's become a celebrity, getting name dropped in battles and shit.
Look at that.
Like, yo, that's an important battle, and BattleBot's getting named. I didn't get name dropped. I was expecting to be talked about all night, and like barely mentioned once. Meanwhile, BattleBot's out here main evented.
You want to get talked about, bro? You got to get hit by a train. Apparently, that's what fucking does it. Everybody fucking has a bar about you at that point.
Jesus.
All you so did was cause a little bit of controversy, man. That shit happens every day in Battlerap.
You had to go toe to toe with fucking 4,000 pounds of moving steel. So yeah.
Sounds like my ex.
And on that note, yo, I want to thank you so much, Kick Valley, for jumping on with us today and recapping the shit. Really appreciate you and everything that you're doing there in the UK hip hop scene. And we'll put all your links below, 1,000%. Is there anything that you want to plug or anything anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, man. First of all, I'd like to thank the Academy. Fucking UKBR, man. Trenches, No Loose Chat, Premier Battles, BA. Don't flop. Still got you. I know you hate me, Rowan, but I could be an adult here. And then obviously, you guys, Beast Mode in Canada, who I will be seeing very soon. And yeah, man. That's it.
That's it.
Buy some Riot Club shit.
Riot Club. That's the club. Official club friend of the show. Unless we get a better offer. That's all for this week. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Remember to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Enjoy the Discord link in the sidebar. And once again, shouts out to PenClick. Oof, super fire. PenClick likes and subscribes to this channel. Likes all the videos, subscribes to the channel. I never asked them to do that. But PenClick's really cool. Cool people involved. That's what cool people are doing. That's all I'm going to say about it. If you choose to, it's your volition. But
yeah, just do it.
There you go. Okay. And on that note, thanks everybody for watching. We will be back next week with the biggest show that you've ever seen in your life. Take us out, Pat.
Thanks for watching.